and welcome back to the channel. Years ago, I was trying to come up with a plan for long-term food storage for our pets. I wanted to find a way to have food storage for our pets the same way that I have emergency food storage for my husband and myself. So I decided to try using my Food Saver machine for this. This bag of dry dog food was just purchased, so it looks like it has a shelf life of 14 months. And you're going to laugh at how old this Food Saver of mine is. It looks like a real dinosaur. They are all stainless steel now, the new ones. It's probably 13 or 14 years old, but it still works fine. So, of course, you can store canned pet food for your dogs or your cats or both. But I decided to, as well as doing that, I decided to use my Food Saver to bag up the dry dog food and store it that way. So I was showing you the on and off button there. Here are the bags that came with the machine, and I was surprised I still had some. And you can also get the rolls to make your own bags. It stores in the machine, and then you seal one edge of it, and then I'm showing you the cutter to measure out the size bag that you want and cut it to the proper size. And you can find lots of Food Saver tutorials on YouTube with the newer machines that will show you how to do that. So it's very easy. I've turned the machine on, and I am just pouring the dog food into the bag, the Food Saver bag. And once I get the desired amount in there, I am just going to flatten it out. And then make sure that both sides of the bag are even, and insert it into this little slot here at the bottom. And you don't have to push anything, it just automatically will seal it and vacuum all the air out of it. You're probably thinking to yourself, well, that's great, but I've got a 100-pound dog, or I've got a Great Dane, and there's no way I am going to have all of these little bags of food hanging around my house. Well, you can cut the bags larger than I did on these. And there you have it. It has sealed it and also vacuumed all of the air out of it. It's hard as a rock, and you could probably keep it in the bag that it was in. This just makes it, I think this makes it tidier. I can stack these in a closet. We can put them in an emergency go bag. It just makes a nice, tidy little package. You'll want to write the date and the contents before you fill the bag. I forgot to do that. And so for the second bag, I am doing that. You can't write on it afterwards. You could write on it up at the top where it was flat, but where the contents of the bag are, it's too bumpy. So just doing another bag here. This was a smaller bag of dog food. If you did a 50-pound bag or larger, you could have a bunch of these little bags laying around, but they stack really well. I'm doing this video in August of 2024, and so you may be saying to yourself, well, the expiration date or the best by date on that dog food was November of 2025. So why do I need to put it in a food saver bag? I just like the idea of doing this. I've had ants get into dog food before. It spills. I've heard that it can go wormy. So I like the idea of having it sealed up and getting enough that you could at least go 3 or 4 months without buying dog food if there was a shortage or if you couldn't leave your house. And the idea would be to constantly be rotating these, using these, buying fresh and sealing the fresh, and keeping a good rotation going so that you always have some in storage for your pets. I also recommend that you check often to make sure that they have not lost their seal, because I've had that happen before too. And if that happens, it's not a big deal. You can just cut the bag open and reseal it, or use a fresh bag. I'm keeping the dog food that I'm currently using just in a Ziploc bag. And it's just one idea if you've been thinking about how you can store emergency food for your pets. You may come up with some better ideas than this, and if so, leave them in the comments. That would be great. Thank you so much for watching, and please hit those like and subscribe buttons, and have a great day. Goodbye.